Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome back. Okay, so these are collective readings. They're not going to resonate with everybody, so take what resonates and leave the rest. We've got cousin here. We've got foster family or adopted family. So cousin linking to foster family, adopted family. Okay, we've got what they have done is heartbreaking, gut-wrenching, extremely unpleasant. Alright, they are trying to silence you and others, or trying to silence you, masculine, feminine, someone who is speaking out. They try to silence their victims, whoever is speaking out. Okay, we've got, they are all turning on each other. Alright, they've been cornered and exposed. We've got fired for cover-ups. They're involved in a power of attorney linking to trafficking, gun trafficking, large group conspiring against you. They get involved in like mental magic. We've got people aged 60 to 65 involved, and we've got Freemasons, Brotherhood, BLD Earths, Luciferians. Okay, we've got something to do with studying or ideas, Two of Pentacles. Then we have the Tower card. Alright, so this is the mental magic. Oh, I've got an idea. Why don't we just do mental magic on our victims? Someone from family, someone from past, so a cousin, obviously linking to family, linking to a foster family or adopted family from past. Eight of Swords in reverse, because they want to stay out of prison. Forced power of attorney to take hold of some sort of generational wealth. Queen of Wands in reverse, some sort of dark witch doing mental magic. Okay, on child or children, a lot of manipulation. A lot of manipulation. Okay. Yeah, and probably trying to stop masculine or feminine from working. Okay. Stopping masculine or feminine from working. We have a King of Wands, Leo, Aries or Sagittarius, who wants to be seen as all powerful. Alright, wants some sort of recognition for taking power of attorney. That's coming to light. Wants to be seen as all powerful. Alright, and then we've got victim, child victim. Eight of Wands could be hitting the news. And then with this gun trafficking, an attempted assassination linking to family, foster family, gun trafficking, victim, child. Eight of Wands could be hitting some sort of news. They got onto a hitman. Five of Pentacles, victim, and then forced power of attorney. The Devil card in reverse, because their own family member, their own cousin, their own foster family member, doesn't like being manipulated and controlled, and they want to keep something a secret. With a Moon card, alright. Nine of Cups in reverse, some sort of nightmares, trying to shatter and exhaust the victims, alright, because they don't want to go to prison. They could be doing this to a femme, alright, and spreading nothing but bad messages, which is obviously these forcing power of attorney, mental magic, large group conspiring against one person and maybe then their child or children. Okay, playing a lot of games, strategizing, because the innocent victim, darling, doesn't want to be manipulated, doesn't want to be controlled, so they are doing everything they can by manipulating, alright, doing a shit ton of black magic. Nine of Wands, they're defending. A Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, so they're all defending each other. Alright, could be an Aries, this Emperor, doesn't have to be, but we have a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, who's doing mental magic. They don't want to go to prison for forcing power of attorney. They want to keep it a secret, okay? And what we've got with this, like, see, it's like very deep. It's very deep. This runs very, very deep. It runs very, very deep. It runs very, 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 very deep. Very deep. They try and pull on their victims' energy, like constantly doing dark energy work. And then we've got Handman, went in for some sort of a sacrifice. It was a heartbreaking event, because what they have done is heartbreaking and gut-wrenching, extremely unpleasant and upsetting. A lot of underhanded behaviour, okay, because they wanted some sort of financial stability pulling towards them, alright? So they was drumming up a crowd, and we got a high priestess in reverse, a dark high priestess. It was all done over like some sort of internet, some sort of messages, alright? They got on to doing some sort of fire magic. And an Aquarius also got involved in some sort of a sacrifice. They want to be seen as all powerful, okay? They want some sort of recognition. They want some sort of fans. And they want to be in the spotlight, like, they want some sort of recognition. So they're a clout seeker. This Aquarius, nothing but a clout seeker. And then we've got Two of Swords in reverse and a Handman. They get involved in sacrificing people with Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, wolf in sheep's clothing. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Some of these people don't work, alright? Some of these people don't work. They just get involved in people in these power positions just using their positions to abuse it, okay? To abuse their power position just so they can force power of attorney over people in some sort of court case, legal proceedings. But we've got 60 to 65. So this masculine is 60 to 65. Oh my lordy. 60 to 65, or he was thereabouts at the time of forcing power of attorney over one of his victims with a cousin, alright, for guilty. And then we've got a Taurus Vega and several other family members, alright? So Taurus, Vega, Aries, several other Capricorn, Vega or Taurus. So there's fire signs, there's earth signs, and there's water signs involved, and an air sign. Alright? So several different family members from this family linking to foster family, cousin, alright? Maybe a father or a granddad, maybe an uncle or a brother. Again, maybe an uncle or a brother. Counterfeit drugs, fake or falsified medicines, okay, containing harmful ingredients. So what they have then done, after forcing power of attorney, is this tried to get the one who's speaking out the truth about the situation, about them getting power of attorney forced over them, after sacrifice and hits out went wrong, alright, got them through corrupt medical staff to give some sort of like fake or falsified medication, alright, what they want recognition for. They want recognition for it, they want clout. Falsified medication. Three of Cups in reverse. There's been a lot of malicious gossip from who this masculine or feminine used to live with at some point. There's been a lot of malicious gossip from some people who this masculine or feminine used to live with at some point, alright? They've been laughing about it, alright? They've been trying to take everything off this masculine or feminine and bring about heartbreak because they want some sort of gifts, okay, which is this wealth. They want this money and they've been laughing about it, darling. Yeah. Maybe someone in this connection has a horse or used to have a horse. There's also been some sort of death spells, alright? There's some sort of death spells. They're lacking compassion, empathy or remorse. And then we've got the Scorpio card, the death card. Malicious gossip and then pointing their victim out and going, yeah, it's them. Alright. To some sort of a death cult. It's a death cult. It's a death cult who do a lot of heavy death hexes, alright, with a Virgo or Taurus and an Aquarius and probably even a Scorpio linking to this family. So they do death hexes, mental magic, alright. We've got persecute, hostility, ill treatment. So they're treating this masculine or feminine ill, poorly, someone who was in foster care or adopted, linking to a cousin, linking to family members, going in for sacrifice, death hex, mental magic to force power of attorney over their victim to take hold of this generational wealth and split amongst themselves, alright? We've got demonically possessed. Karmic friends even joined in because karmic friends wanted some of this generational wealth. So karmic friends joined in. They also appeared in some sort of court proceedings using word witchery. Alright? A father is involved and we have a lodge under investigation. So a father figure, a cousin, several other different family members, alright, foster family, and karmic friends. You expose their plans, blocked communications with them, so they created a fake account to watch you. They've got cars and bikes with stolen money. Here's a corrupt doctor giving wrongful medication in order to poison their victim to death for some sort of clout, because that's what they want, you see, for some sort of clout to try and cover up this attempted murder. And then there was a premeditated murder. People aged 25 to 30 involved. We've got IIED, which is intentional infliction of emotional distress law, recklessly causing another to suffer. Then they are paying law firms to block justice. Alright. They think they're the 1% club. Because apparently they think there's only 1% of these sick folks in the world who do some sick things, trying to stop you from testifying because they're all in bed with one another. Okay? Eastern Stars. And it's linking to satanic ritual abuse. I mean, obviously, with them trying to sacrifice their victims. Then we've got informant in the group chat, video chat, undercover. They're pulling money from accounts, alright. Got involved in another attempted ending of their victim, 1414. They're doing sick rituals on children and then trying to set their victims up for crimes they've not committed because it's Freemasons, Eastern Stars, corrupt doctors, nurses, the lot. And it's linking to theft, drug charges, charges and physical assault. They've been creating a false narrative. Some of these people have a lot of tattoos, could be linking to a car or bike accident because it was off the tits on drugs on the road, alright, and all the dark energy keeps backfiring and they keep crashing their vehicles. Worried about being caught for evil acts and evil deeds for years. We've got an undercover investigator, alright. We've got grey collar crimes linking to identity theft, hacking, and authorised access to digital systems or data. Then we've got pure evil family members. Pure evil family members who do dream magic, alright, set up to get criminal record scapegoat. Someone who's aged 30 to 35 involved. They thought they was getting away with it. So we've got an evil family, okay. Your ops need a lawyer. Maybe it's going to hit international judges, courts of justice, or maybe when it hits the courtroom, it shouldn't be like an Eastern Star or a Freemason operating inside of the courtroom, because they all have this earth, okay, to cover each other's back. It's in their B-L-O-O-D earths, alright, when they become like these Luciferians. You know, usually there's like a man in the family who is a Freemason or has some sort of Masonic links. This is where a lodge is going to get raided, and it 1616. Then the female family members, they end up getting involved, and then they'll enter and they'll be like, oh, my dad or my uncle or so is in the Freemasons, and then they'll instantly get into the Lady Masons or like Eastern Stars. We've got Galactic Federation. A brother is getting charged, okay, so a brother involved, a cousin involved, a brother involved, cousin, a father figure is involved. This is obviously several different family members involved, and maybe quite possibly foster family or adopted family, and karmic friends have got involved. We've got cherubs protect you, so cherubs protect you, alright, they're all getting caught out. They're a set of spiritual bullies, alright. A father is getting charged. We've got raise your vibes, because they want you to be, with these rituals, lower your vibrational frequency, wear you out, tear you down, alright. And then go in for the sacrifice. Bank account, hidden money, because they have took hold of some money, okay. They're paying people to switch up, definitely paying people to do spell work, blockage spells. They've lost ancestors, paying for dark spell work on you and their victims. They could be getting in an accident abroad. This could actually hit worldwide news, alright. Using school kids to work for them, alright. So they're grooming child or children, which obviously it is linking to something like that, because they've done this masculine or feminine throughout their full life, alright. Someone in this connection ended their own daughter or tried to end their own daughter. Then we've got a predator website uploading indecent images and videos, okay. They could have like this evidence on their TV or laptop. They use bones in rituals, okay. They do voodoo dolls to torture you and their victims. They use DRAPE drugs or some sort of sedatives to knock their victims out, because obviously if they have people in all areas, they can get hold of 1919 sedatives and stuff like that, okay, to sedate their victims. Evil detective is involved. An evil detective is involved, and the truth is out. They sold their soul for clout, alright, to get into like this Freemasons or Eastern Stars, and they always want clout from their friends with what they're doing, but they don't want anyone to know, outside of these secret societies, these groups, these gangs, these cults, the covens, whatever they want to call themselves. They don't want other people to know, you know, especially the good law officials who are there to shut them down. We've got stop and block justice spells. Then we've got set up false claims, false accusations, unfounded accusations. So then what they will do is they will continue to abuse their power position, okay, ring, file false reports, okay, get their victims under investigation, get them getting harassed, alright, refuses to let your energy go. So get their victims harassed by corrupt law, evil detectives, you know, corrupt coppers, because they have done some sort of sacrifice, forced power of attorney, done some sort of poisoning, voodoo doll, spiritually bullying the victim, alright, and we've got period BLOOD in food, some dark witchy Jezebel club who does by the power of free invested in me, sir. This could be like foster family or succubus club. Alright, this could be like foster family who has like their own coven or something like that, and they do by the power of free invested in me, and they use period BLOOD in food, or linking to like this cousin who does this, and they do death hexes on children, okay, and we've got a deal with the devil never lasts, so they are very much making deals with devils, alright, paid to set up, so they're all getting paid to set an innocent person up for crimes they've not committed because they're evil, and it's linking to evil family, alright, who set their victims up. They'll rob the life out of them, force power of attorney over them, sacrifice them, what have you. It's out poisoning, organised stalking, alright. They sacrifice for money. I'd said ended their own daughter, or tried to end their own daughter. They tried to, this father figure, end their own daughter, and they've been watched, alright. They've been under investigation for years for multiple crimes against you. So many involved, it's going to be one long trial, and it's going to be guilty verdicts, and these sick fucks will be on the news, alright. They will cry and they'll be on like Behind Bars TV or some sort of other documentary, okay. They're doing some sort of shut up spells, and they've got corrupt psychiatrists and psychologists, okay. Dirty law officials paid under the table, and now they're all grassing each other up. And Coven are trying to reverse the spell work, so it's linking to Eastern Stars, Freemasons, and another Coven. Alright? So they all start linking together, and these dark witches, dark warlocks, all these predators, they all protect and defend each other for some money under the table and something to do with forcing power of attorney. We've got upheaval, creating a lot of upheaval, and then we've got settlement. We're going to have to pay some sort of settlement. We've got illusions, creating a lot of illusions and confusions, and constantly at the spell work, honesty, because they don't want to be honest about what they're doing, and they don't want to go down for what they're doing, which is some right sick shit, everything what I've been mentioning, okay? We've got exhaustion. Like I said, they exhaust their victims with these like rituals, okay? Back-to-back rituals from all different areas, okay? They tire them out, they wear them down, okay? And when they think that their victims are at the weakest because they have no energy left to fight, because they've been sucking and draining all that energy, and then been performing these rituals, and then they go in for a sacrifice. That's how they work, alright? They do love spells. Love spells. Love spells. They're jealous of masculine or feminine's wisdom, and that they are speaking the truth, okay? because they can't live in the truth. They live and they operate in the darkness, and they make deals with devils, and they're very much involved in child abuse, videos and indecent images, and adult abuse, images, videos, death hex on child or children, alright? So they're doing this on children to try and quieten their strength, because they're all in a partnership and got discovery, and they don't want to be discovered for what they are doing at these set of predators. Some of these people are in some sort of leader or authority type of position, obviously corrupt law, corrupt nurses, medical staff, alright, which has already come out. They're in these leadership positions, and they want the general public to admire them and love them, okay? So they pay for love spells. Caution. Some of these people could have already been looked into before and just got a slap on the wrist and just got cautioned, alright? So they could be out again to continue being a dangerous predator. So there's something surrounding someone in this connection, alright, has been cautioned for something surrounding something like that, and they've just got a slap on the wrist, alright, and they let each other get away with it, okay? Time and time again, we've got vision and diplomacy. So they don't like seers, they don't like psychics, alright, they don't like mediums, they really don't like mediums, they don't like psychics, okay? All the real psychic mediums, they end up getting attacked. We've got conflict, they do conflict spells, they've been kicking up a right storm, and then we've got completion to some sort of spell work. You know, a completion to some sort of ritual, like the ritual and the death hex is complete, and they're trying to stop from being discovered. Maybe they want to, with this settlement, settle something outside of the courtroom, because they know their victim is being honest about what they've been going through. The truth is out, okay? They're very wise, okay? They're not stupid, they're not dumb, but yet they want to still do some sort of mental magic, or call them mental oriental. There's pictures of them on social media with cars from stolen money. They've all been seduced. They've all been seduced with lies, seducing each other with lies. It's the father of lies. They have all been seduced by the devil, alright, to get involved, because there was money involved, which is mammon, alright, and all power is getting charged, and we've got paid social services to lie on documentation. X to the power of attorney, master manipulator, orchestrated all. We've got left a curving in reverse, so maybe somebody wants to leave a curving, is trying to leave a curving, or is in the middle of a curving. We've got a church member, so this could be a curving. So there's quite a lot of people who's splitting off in all different areas, trying to get protection from the pals, alright? Venus energy, so we've got like, which is like green, which can also mean like Aphrodite, or it can also mean Lucifer. So it can also mean Lucifer or Aphrodite, right? A neighbour's been recruited into a curving, and then we've got on neighbourhood watch, alright? Evil stepdad is involved. So we've got neighbourhood watch. Now this neighbourhood watch is not about glassing people up for committing severe crimes, alright? A lot of people in this neighbourhood watch, they're all in cults and curvens, alright? They're all in like Eastern Stars, Freemasons, church curvens, you name it, or cults, yeah? and they're all involved in like child trafficking or setting people up for crimes they've not commit. All right, they'll pay neighbours to watch the victims who are speaking out the truth, the victims who are being honest. All right, and the victims who have a lot of wisdom on what's actually going down, because neighbours are involved. They know about this power of attorney. Okay, we got neighbour getting arrested. A neighbour is getting arrested. They're all about the money, splitting money amongst themselves. Okay, we've got a family coven, and they are jealous of this masculine or feminine's angelic protection, protected by cherubs. They're taking money under the table to get involved, to go food and grocery shopping because of the gross. Someone in this connection sold their own niece to be involved in this. They are ending animals for gains. A daughter is going to get charged. They have many victims. They have many victims. They meet in town hall. They meet in town halls, alright, with probably, because Freemasons are involved, stonemasons, whatever you want to call them. And in these town halls, if you look up, like, around, if you actually take a look and you look up on some of these buildings, they have like demons on the buildings, like gargoyles and stuff like that. Alright. Do a lot of shut up spells because they want you to shut up. We've got gaslighting, a form of emotional abuse, and then we've got broken hexing cases. So they do not like generational curse breakers. They do not like anybody who doesn't want to do this sick shit. They don't like them. They're an outcast, alright? Outcast. Probably like somebody ended up in foster care or something like that. And then obviously somewhere there was some sort of wealth, some sort of inheritance, some sort of generational wealth coming to one of their own family members, alright? So they all teamed together, alright? Got involved in ritualistically abusing them, sacrificing them, alright? And then forcing power of attorney over them. Quite possibly one of the victims has survived, still speaking the truth, and they don't like that. So they have a lot of town meetings, they have many victims, they sell child or children out, they've stole some sort of a real estate, stolen identity, birth certificates, national insurance card, bank details, post mail, and there's a member of parliament or someone who's in politics, a political party, House of Commons, involved. Public recognition. Public recognition is what they want. Good law officials investigating, alright, victims of MK Ultra, mind control, illegal experiment. Someone is going to get their teeth smashed in prison and need a dentist. Alright, the good law officials are closing in on the karmics. Someone in this connection is having a gender crisis. They don't know who they are because they've probably stolen that many people's identity. And there's someone who's like got Munchausen syndrome. Munchausen syndrome, gender crisis, identity crisis, alright? They don't know if they're like men, they don't know if they're like women, they don't know if they're like little girls, little boys, you know what I mean? But they're one of them where they will have anything, let me tell you that. They will have anything. The investigator has proof of BLOOD rituals, BLOOD magic, BLOOD contracts with the devil. Rituals backfired instantly. Something to do with rituals backfiring. Then we've got Dark Web Hitman Hired. So that's a lot of hits out. Alright. That's a lot of rituals. Tried to end for a house, alright, because they took some sort of a real estate and some sort of generational wealth. And death magic is reversed, and death magic bounced back, and they're working in the shadows. There's going to be a system collapse. Maybe there's going to be a social services collapse as well, because social services are heavily involved in child abduction. Okay, it came out already. Paid a social worker to light up, paid social services to lie on documentation, to snatch kiddies, okay, to have them in a child trafficking ring, ex doing power of attorney, an evil stepdad, okay, another father figure, cousin, brother, alright, and maybe a father's daughter, which could be sister or half sister or foster sister or adopted sister. A lot. Child predator watching your children. So then basically the child or children have been snatched and put with a child predator to continue that rippling down the full entire bloodline because of what they're involved in, and they're just evil. 36, let me tell you that. Black magic done on her. So they're sending this black magic towards their victims' home constantly. Alright. We've got offshore overseas account found with some sort of stolen money because they're switching money from account to account, alright, splitting money amongst themselves, paying social services to lie on documents, forcing power of attorney in the courtroom, so forcing power of attorney over this masculine or feminine, and then their wealth, and then forcing power of attorney over the child or children to claim their wealth too, and they wanted to be initiated into a secret society. A rubbish man or rubbish woman involved, ambulance driver or somebody who works within that is also involved. So then they can be like, ring, 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 ambulance, they're speaking out again. The truth. Ring, 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 ring. Ambulance will come through your door, alright, they'll drag you in hospital, they'll sedate you, rape you, alright, or poison you, or ring, 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 ring. They'll ring the police, file a false report, the police will come through your door, you'll get arrested, alright, and set up for crimes they've not committed because they want to keep this sick shit up, you see. And they all fight so hard to keep all this sick shit up because they're making a lot of money on the dark web with these images, with these videos, alright? You know, serving these child predators and their sick desires, alright? And then wanting the kids to be in the middle of that because kids are surrounded by a set of child predators. 38. The one who keeps speaking the truth. They're like ring, 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 ring. Ambulance. They'll get dragged out. Alright, put in hospital. Alright, then they premeditate robbery. Alright. Always throwing dark energy at their victims. So premeditated robbery. So then they just keep going robbery. Moon rituals to do lunacy spells. Okay. And this mental magic, alright, because the moon, we want to keep it hidden with the moon, but the moon apparently is part of like our emotions, like the moon controls the tide, you know, in the ocean, the sea and stuff, and pulls it, yeah? 39. And then if they're doing these moon rituals and lunacy spells, okay, on their victims, they are messing with their victims' emotions and it's wrong poles are tied, ocean, right? Obviously that is water, and our bodies are made up of mainly water, so they know what they're doing, these dark witches and dark warlocks, because they've been doing it for so long, and they have access to ancient old rituals. We've got instant rituals, instant backfire. They have access to rituals which are actually like very illegal. Very illegal. Let me tell you that. It's illegal. Linking to selling drugs. So then they enforce power of attorney, okay, over their victim. Got onto a hitman's shotgun, done this fake court case, power of attorney, spent a lot of this stolen money on drugs trafficking, alright, invested some money in stocks and then lost the money, alright. And they've been battling against the one who is speaking the truth. They've been doing bullying from fake accounts, cybercrime, alright. Another fake court case, so there's a lot of different fake court cases because obviously there's corrupt coppers, corrupt law, you know, lawyers, judges, solicitors, clergy, whatever you want to call them, attorneys, all involved. Trying to block law firms and paying money under the table. Your ops need a lawyer. Someone cracked up doing spell work. Someone cracked up doing spell work. Selling bank details, alright, and always wants to lure their victims, like, with these rituals. X is gay for pay, so there's maybe a gay coven involved doing moon rituals. So there could be a gay coven involved. They love clout from each other for doing sick things, for doing sick rituals, so probably even S degrading rituals, because it's involved in a lot of S trafficking, a lot of child S abuse and adult S abuse, because it did come out, didn't it? Haunted hospital, because in these hospitals, because there's ambulance and then obviously corrupt medical staff, the hospitals are haunted because they conjure up devils and demons, okay? They open up portals inside the hospitals, and there's lots of nurses and stuff like that, doctors, psychiatrists, healthcare workers, who are all a set of dark witches and dark warlocks, because they're being either Freemasons or Eastern Stars, and they do Baphomet rituals inside of the hospitals, okay? Baphomet rituals, satanic rituals, okay? Inside of the hospitals. Someone could be filing for divorce, because maybe, well, maybe, they maybe didn't even know how sick one of their wives or husbands are. They just didn't know, darling. We've got a church member involved, so it is linking to a church called Coven, linking to CIA, linking to the feds, linking to CIA, linking to the feds, alright. They can meet in some sort of wooded area, okay, somewhere where there's lots of trees to do these rituals. They can do these on the night time, moon rituals, they'll meet up, alright. Something to do with cameras in trees, and a doctor's getting charged, alright. One of these family members, okay, who's took power of attorney, they'll do anything for drugs, and they sacrifice people and animals for power, linking to a bricklayer, linking to extreme child SA. Cameras in bloody trees. Someone dropped during a ritual, alright. They're meeting in office, these doctors, alright, these psychiatrists, these nurses, these ambulance drivers, alright. Trying to think of how they are going to get away from maximum security prison. They have insurance policies out on child or children. This could be this evil father or this evil stepfather have insurance policy out on the child or children, and maybe after taking this generational wealth, splitting it amongst themselves, spending it on drugs, alright, drug trafficking, probably even getting raided, and then it's out, alright, getting paid to poison, stalk and do some dark energy work, then probably there's money what's run out, alright. So then they're trying to end child or children to get this insurance policy. What they have, they end animals again, so they've done this to animals time and time again. Hitman shotgun. Altars being used, so they have pictures of their victims. We've got a satanic high priestess who has a picture of their victim on an altar. Could have got that from maybe in the past, from foster care, okay, or family member. It's got that from past, or maybe even social media, a more recent up-to-date picture on social media, and they are doing BLOOD magic over the pictures, alright. They are getting some sort of they are doing binding spells to bind their enemies, okay, and then they can attack their victims, not have them fighting back, okay. That's why they need to go on maximum security prison, because they don't want their victims to be able to defend themselves. They love to weaken them and tire them out, exhaust their victims, not having them fighting, because this is how they work. This is just disgusting. It's how they work. Then we've got Valak. They've conjured up Valak, alright. We've got a P-Val. They've conjured up Valak, which is like the one, you know, from the horror movie Nun. Yeah, they work with Valak. So this is where it's linking to church, alright. Some sort of Catholic church or Christian church who all make out like they love Jesus Christ, but they're all Judas and they are all devil worshippers who have been doing these sick things to people for generations and generations and generations, okay? And then they'll have a child or children, and they'll put one of their own child or children in foster care in a child trafficking ring, alright? Then if they grow up and they speak out about what they went through in foster care, alright, and try to fight for justice, and then family thinks that there's some sort of justice coming, they will force power of attorney to take hold of some sort of compensation. Then they'll split that amongst themselves, alright? It's a never-ending cycle of having to constantly fight, and they're constantly conjuring shit up. Bullying for fake accounts, another fake court case, because all these corrupt judges will be there and they'll be like, lie, 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 trying to protect a church leader. Lie, 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 lie. They'll take some money under the table. They'll buy themselves a new car, alright. With money under the table, and in this connection, there's a body what's going to be found inside a home, alright? It's going to be made to look like they've ended themselves. Hold on. It's going to be made to look like they've ended themselves, but it was an attempted murder or a homicide or what have you, premeditated, and then somebody involved in a car accident. So there's going to be a body linking to these, found inside of a home, and they're going to make it look like masculine or feminine, has taken themselves out. But there was 10 or more people involved in ritually abusing somebody and sacrificing them to the devil. Maybe someone who works in ambulance care, they brought some sort of sedatives so they can't fight back, doing the binding, wearing them out, probably stood in sort of a church or a house or something like that, or they'll do this in a certain area and then they will move the body inside of a house, and then one of the corrupt family members will go, oh, we haven't heard from so and so for a few days, should we go check? And then they're gone because they've bumped one of their own family members off for inheritance or insurance job, and then they want some sort of clout of their social media and go, oh, so-and-so's took their own life, and everyone's like, oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. But they're actually bumping them off. They're actually bumping them off. You know what I mean? Like, they'll bump them off in one place, carry them into like the home maybe at night time, yeah. Or bump them off inside of the home, make it look like an accident to cover up this corruption and injustice. And some of this connection doesn't work. All they do is rob the life out of people and then end one of their victims because they're nothing but a wolf in sheep's clothing, yeah, for some sort of money. Look, 10 of wands, wear them down with these rituals, and then we've got the death card, sacrifice them, free of swords, and break their heart because they're being sacrificed to the devil with these wolves in sheep's clothing who all defend each other, do black magic, 9 of cups in reverse, shatter and exhaust their victims because they want some sort of financial stability. Ace of Pentacles, and look, we've got 10 of swords. This could be the hex and curses backfiring, or this could be them trying to end themselves out because they don't want to have to face accountability for their crimes, and another hit and run to stop this from hitting the news. Because this masculine or feminine has been powerful since the child and always wanted this to come to light. But they don't want it to, you see. They don't want it to. Queen of Swords in reverse. Works within the justice system and lies, okay, and also gets involved in sacrificing, linking to a deaf cult, a deaf curse, like a deaf church. So they all start linking together. Are you going here? Alright, yeah, yada yada fucking yada, and they all just split off in all the different areas. They'll sit there and go, oh yeah, look, I love God, I love him, I love Jesus, yada yada. Meanwhile, they start studying the victims and how they can take their gifts, how they can take their spiritual protection is what I'm getting, because they don't want anybody to expose them. But yeah, they work with Valak too, where they will conjure, and they work at graveyards because it's linking to churches where they conjure things up from churches. And we've got a dark high priestess who's trying to stop this from coming out too, because there's so many involved. Who's involved in child abuse and child ending. 8 of Wands, Page of Cups, Hanged Man, you see. because they outpower and they outnumber them, and they want to drop their spiritual protection. Heartbreak. But they don't care about that. Also, what I'm getting is it's linking to organ harvesting. Because then, when they've done this to the child or children, they will take the child or children's heart. And organs. So it's linking to organ harvesting. Alright, yeah, that secret's been revealed. It's linking to organ harvesting. Love. Heart. Love heart. They want child or children's love hearts. Or the fives there. So if any of these greedy, evil, money, power, hungry, egotistical motherfuckers die, or a ritual starts to backfire, and they want to save one of their evil, sinister family members, but we don't want all evil granddad to die, we don't want this evil father figure to die, we need to get him a little heart from an innocent little victim. And that's what they do to child or children, okay? They love to organ harvest, take everything from them, what they can, because this is what happens, like this is what has been happening in the world for so long now. It's what happens everywhere, literally, the full world, alright? They operate everywhere, every different country, 56. Judges being charged, alright? They're all partners in crime with these evil cops and these evil doctors, nurses, psychiatrists. Stolen money in child account. Then they'll use a child or children's identity, okay, and shift money to their account. Like, there's so much shit. What is going on planet Earth, okay? So much warring with that Mars energy. And hundreds of people are involved. So that'll be all the judges, alright? That'll be all the coppers, that'll be all the nurses, psychiatrists, and family or family members. And neighbours who are on neighbourhood watch, watching this all go down, alright? A dark high priestess who wants somebody else's sole purpose. This could be a starseed, a light worker, an earth angel. But secret is out. For some strange reason, they think that they should be able to take other people's soul, and they have that soul for themselves. Via doing like some sort of several different binding spells, okay? Because they want their heart and soul purpose. Because they want to be a good person. But they can't be a good person because they've got a very heavy heart, okay? They're soulless, and they want to even do binding spells and take other people's soul purposes and whip it out of their like body, their souls, via the devil, and then put that inside of their body because they want to be a healer. They want to be a light worker. But they're just a devil in a meat suit who manipulates everybody. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, who's nothing but a compulsive liar. who always wants to take control and recognition, linking to karmic family, who use their own family members, the starseeds, the light workers, the earth angels, the ones with good hearts, good soul purpose, and they use them as a sacrificial lamb with a strength card and sacrifice them to demons. Sacrifice their hearts to demons. Sacrifice their souls to demons. They've done several different binding spells, okay? They persistently do this, alright? Because they even want other people's gifts, spiritual gifts, their destiny, because they know they've got a shit ton of bad karma. Because they want some sort of financial stability, but they've got a shit ton of bad karma, because they always take other people's financial stability, take it off them, 9 of Pentacles in reverse, and then just sit there, like big man, look at me, I'm big man, look at me, so much underhanded behaviour, look at me, I'm big man, and then hitman, so much corruption and injustice. Mad, innit? They all collaborate together because they want to be seen as more powerful against their innocent victims to stop it from coming to light, with a Libra, Gemini or Aquarius who is also involved in sacrifice, and they don't want to get found guilty. So they're trying to block the truth from coming out. Not what they're doing, which is disgusting, isn't it? Always collaborating to battle and compete, alright, bring drama, because they want to be seen as powerful, alright. We've got a shit mother figure involved, alright. Could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Aries, did I say Aquarius? I said Aquarius, no. Cancer, alright. Any of these star signs really, or even a Capricorn, because they took this wealth, because the money lovers, alright, them and the pals, money lovers, and try and shift off karmic debts onto their innocent victims who they think are their enemies because they want the bloody destiny. Just can't make it up, dolls. You just can't make it up. You just can't make it up, darling. Always battle and compete to take other people's destiny, soul purpose, generational wealth, okay? Any compensation, they'll battle and compete for that. Anything, robbery. King of Swords in reverse wants to make it like he's a wise old owl, but he's not but a compulsive liar, and he got involved in trying to sacrifice somebody innocent. So much corruption and injustice, so much underhanded behaviour, because he wants to be seen as some sort of big money maker, alright? Might look like that to the average human eye, but everything they've got is by taking other people's financial stability, and then it's out again, it's out. Because he wants to be seen as powerful, but the devil worshippers, and it's all Mammon and Lucifer and sneaky. Anyone else's work, anyone else's ideas, they want to possess them. With this evil church who loves to take over people's destinies. So they're enemies of the innocent, because they love to take over people's destiny. And we've got death in reverse, hitman in reverse. So they keep trying to premeditate it all because they're committed to wanting this sole purpose. They're going to end up losing everything. Yeah. Judges think that they shouldn't be able to go and do an investigation. You know what I mean? These evil cops think that they should get away with it. Alright. I really do. I really do. Someone in this connection wants to make out like the child or children's mother is a bad person, but it's all these. It's all these who's collaborating together, stealing money. Because they're committed to being an enemy, okay, and strategizing, okay, manipulating to avoid judgment. Now they're having dreams about ending themselves, this hitman. Hitman's having dreams about ending themselves, alright? Thinking about ending themselves, fantasising. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius could be fantasising about ending themselves because they don't want jail time. Targeting victims online, watching from fake accounts, and then they get involved in end yourself spells, and then they backfire, and then they start thinking about ending themselves. So what are they doing here? What are they doing here? What are they doing here? What are they doing? They're just generating a shit ton of karmic debt for themselves, for the full cult, for the full coven, because regardless, or not, people around the world are exposing this type of shit. And the world needs earth angels, the world needs healers, the world needs star seeds, the high vibrational star seeds, the world needs the galactic federation light to bring truth, restore balance, bring peace and harmony back onto planet Earth. But they don't want that. They like pain. They like to cause trauma. Alright, look, I said about sacrifice to a demon, didn't I? We sacrifice hearts and souls and stuff to demons. Bind, conjure them up. A devil, sacrifice, okay? And then, again, conjure up a demon. Alright, bind them, sacrifice their heart to a demon. Because the devil and demons want an earth angels, heart and soul purpose, because they chose to serve darkness, and now they're trapped in that darkness. Trying to drive you insane drove them insane, and I knew there'd be something to do with S-degrading rituals. I mean, his spell work, satanic cults and covens is involved, and child S abuse, like severe child S abuse. Then there's definitely S-degrading rituals, so S-degrading, masculine or feminine, throughout their full life. Because this is what they're into. This is what gets them going. That's why there's a community of people who are spiritually poor, who are linking to this family, and judge doesn't want to hear what innocent victim has to say, because they're involved in covering up theft. Number 13, I'm doing death hex with an X. Mad, innit? Mad. Main mail, message, alright, distant horizons. Change in reverse, and getting neighbour involved, alright. Didn't want the money to come to a rightful person, so helped X with corrupt law, alright, and they took hold of some sort of a real estate too. Which is disgusting, isn't it? Which is disgusting, innit? And they all start courting and dating each other, thinking, oh, aren't you gorgeous, and all messaging each other, working behind the scene, aren't you, you're gorgeous, you're just as sick as me, aren't you, but my family, you sick fuck, and they're like, yeah, man, come and get in Freemasons, you spiritually poor bugger, with an X. Come on, you're spiritually poor, darling, but we want to look to the average human eyes. We're physically rich. They're stupid, aren't they? They're thick as fuck. Thick as pig shit. Thick as pig shit. supposed to get in this leadership position, yeah, to serve, to defend and protect, yeah, but gets involved in child sex trafficking, child snatching, and tries to make money off making sickening videos, alright, and uploading them to websites because they want to take that gift of innocence because they're a child lover inside of this courtroom, alright? And anyone who speaks out about it, they will get this corrupt law, pay them some money to try and poison them to death in hospital. Because they don't want this news travelling out about what they're really doing. Because why would they want to bring a change in the world, darling? So we don't want this travelling out. Corrupt officials who high on it in reverse who also get involved in fact. What you thinking, darling? We really don't want this to get out there, do we? Because, well, if the other half didn't know about it, what they're actually getting involved in, they'll get a bloody divorce, darling. And it'll be well ending to that marriage, darls. I'll see it well. But this is the insurance policy on children as well. Look, I told her. Because they just want more money at this corrupt courthouse. So they do it to children all the time. It's like, oh, it's like my family, it's like my friends and exes, darling. This is what they're involved in too. And they made a my little chubby and tried to, with a community of people who was all working together, tried to end my children many a times, sacrificed us, and then obviously continue, sacrifice my little baby boy, and they want some fame and clout for it. And then even after that, they even did an S-degrading ritual on me. Because they want clout. But they don't want other people outside of the, what have you to know, as long as you're in this secret society, as long as you're in these secret group chats and well, we don't want it all to go down, do we, and give the person the money back, or the rightful people the money back, bring some peace and balance into their world, or even give them some compensation for what they've been through, because there'll be shit ton of lawsuits going on around the world, and people will have to start facing accountability for the sick shit what they've been doing, innit? And they don't want that. No, they want to roam around acting like big man, big woman, but they're nothing but a coward. So I'm sending peace, love, and light.